Conversations with Nicole. Let's talk about it. Tell me all about it. I'm here. I wanna know what's on your mind. Ooh, the world needs to hear from you, and I'm so glad to have a conversation to reach the nation. And it's all about you. We'll help each other to discover innovative ways to positively change the world. Let's talk about. Let's talk about. Yeah. Let's talk about conversations with Nicole.
Greetings. Welcome to Conversations with Nicole. I am Nicole Everett, your host. And Conversations with Nicole is a talk show based in Tallahassee, Florida, focused on connecting the community through conversations. And today is what I call Mindset Monday, which is an opportunity for you, me, and my guests to chat about something interesting and intriguing. And today, Ozzie Daniel is with us to help us close out the month of October. And we are talking about discipline. And so this is a live, interactive live. We definitely want your comments and questions. We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn. And so if you would, please put your city and state in the comments so we can give you a shout out, as well as your questions. We want you to like and share and tag a friend and let them know they need to be part of this great conversation. Y'all know Ozzie is going to bring it. So it is the last week in October. So many things going on. A great weekend here in Tallahassee. We had Gladys Night on Friday. We had FAMU versus FSU in basketball yesterday. And the retiring of Charlie Ward's number, his jersey, which was pretty exciting as well. And just again, the weather is changing. We definitely want to send our thoughts and our prayers to the island of Jamaica as they are hunkering down for pretty much a direct hit from Hurricane Melissa. So please extend your thoughts and prayers with us for them. At this time, because they are talking a land hit or landfall at like 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we send our definitely our thoughts are with them. All right, I see. We got Sophia with us, Lawrenceville, GA. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share some of Ozzie's bio. So Ozzie Daniel is a veteran. He served in the United States Navy, completed many tours overseas and sea duty, extending one time for 146 days straight out to sea without touching land. During his career, he has served in many departments in the communication field and special forces, and he is a servant leader that enjoys serving others while building a mind of faith and gratitude in the community while working in the mental health field as a clinician family coordinator and a mental health skills builder. He focuses more on the holistic approach to mental health, which includes the whole well being to enhance the quality of life. He is based in Virginia Beach, Virginia. And some of his sayings are, "No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care," and it does not cost one thing to be kind, but be kind to yourself first. So y'all help me welcome Mr. Ozzie Daniel.
Hey. Oh, you just laid out smooth like butter there, Nicole. Good evening to everyone. Thank you for having me one more time.
Absolutely.
Many times, and it's so good to be here. So I'm grateful for another Monday night.
Yes,
Another
another.
Monday night, Mindset Monday. So,
Love it. Yes. All right. So mom is here down in Miami.
hey, Mom.
here. Yes. All right, Warren K. Warren asked me, when is Ozzy coming on? I said he's
Yeah.
coming on at the end of the month, Warren. So tune in. So,
Mr. Cave. Yes. Press with Jamaica for real.
yes, good
Yes.
evening. Yes, yes, yes. It's going to be on and popping. Yes, it is.
Yes.
All right, we got Sonya B in the house. Thank you for being here,
Okay.
Sonya. All
It's
right. Yes, and Sophia, prayers for Jamaica for sure, for sure. So,
yes. Yes. Let's
yes.
lift them up in prayer.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Ozzy, please tell the people who is Ozzie Daniel, not what you do, but who are you in your own words?
Okay. I am, as I always say, an evolving man that has no end. I'm grateful for life, and that's how I live every day with gratitude. And so I can see the good in everything. And I am everything Nicole just mentioned. And I'm a father of two beautiful people who are doing great in their life. And I'm grateful for, my friends and family and those who touch base with me every single day that keep it moving forward. So I believe in adding value and value being added and sharing and giving and sharing and giving and sharing and giving until we build a solid nation, within ourselves and with others. And that's who I am in the whole.
All right, very good, very good. So, my cousin Nora is on in Suffolk, Virginia. Thank you for being
Hey, Virginia in the house.
here.
Yeah.
Yes, she just recently had a birthday in October, so happy
Happy
belated
belated birthday.
birthday. Yes, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So Ozzy, for those of you who don't know, he chooses the topics, not me. I'm just along for the ride. So Ozzy, what prompted you to select this topic of discipline?
Yes, good question, Miss Nicole. What really prompted me on this topic, is we about to come to the end of the year, and sometime we wait till December to start making all the New Year resolutions, the things we're going to do again, and things we're not going to do again, and things we're going to start doing. And by the 3rd of January, everything just go back to normal. So I said that let's talk about certain things that we need to get our mindset on right now so
Mm.
we could work and think and meditate on these things before the new year comes in. And it really takes discipline. And nobody like discipline, but without it, you're not going to achieve nothing in life. You're not going to be successful. And the most important thing about it, too, you are not going to maintain it so it could bear fruit.
Mm.
That's
Okay.
the key. So it's being disciplined enough that it becomes so mature that we could bear fruit from it.
Okay.
So a couple of things that I would like to drop a note on before we start getting into the conversation here
Okay. What you got?
is the required reading. I always got to drop something about the required reading.
Required.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's required reading. And it's everybody should have one of those books in their home anyway. So, the book of Proverbs,
Okay.
starting from chapter 1, it speaks on discipline. And the book of John, chapter 15, which is the true vine. The whole chapter is on the true vine. And the most important thing that I'm trying to say is this: you got to have some kind of foundation set within the mind in order to propel through discipline. So if nothing is seeded in the mind, you have nothing to work with. So the best thing to do is get the word into the spirit mind. So now everything else will be able to channel through. Because
Hmm.
who like discipline, Nicole? Nobody like discipline. They just want to be free, get up, do whatever they want to do, go wherever they want to do, and just expect then everything to just fall in place. It don't work like that. That's not being realistic, you
Well,
know.
we gonna talk about that because discipline actually can lead to freedom. So we're gonna get to
Yes.
that in a minute. We're gonna get to that in a minute. But
Mhm.
before we do, I want to read my disclaimer, which is that all topics past, present, and future on Conversations with Nicole are for informational purposes only. They are not to be used as a diagnosis for treatment or an answer to any personal issues related to the topic being discussed before, during, or after the program. And I do that because I have a licensed clinician on. All right. So I want to start by asking our viewers, when you hear discipline, when you hear the word discipline, what do you think of? Let us know in the comments if you don't mind sharing. When you hear the word discipline, what comes to mind? What comes to mind? What word or phrase comes to mind when you hear the word discipline? Discipline. Let us know. Oh, Miss Portia just joined us. She also just
Oh,
had a
Portia in
birthday.
the house.
Happy belated birthday, Miss Portia. All right. Yes. All right. Miss Polly is on. She said order. Mm-hmm.
Good word. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for being here, Miss Polly. Anybody else? I mean, you hear the word discipline.
Come on, Mr. Cave. I know you out there. Put it out.
Well, Warren got something. All right. Miss Portia said consistent no matter how you feel. Oof. Yes.
Ooh, yes. I
Oh my
felt
goodness.
that pinch. That's a good
Yes.
pinch right there. Don't
Yes.
matter how you feel.
No matter how
Yeah.
you feel. Yes.
But
Nora
you
said
felt it.
structure.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Structure. Yes. 1988 Trent said practice.
Practice. Oh, that's part of it too.
Yep, yep. All right. Warren said discipline means overcoming my flesh and desires.
Ooh, he just went all the way deep,
He
all the
did.
way down in the Atlantic Ocean. Mm,
Mhm.
yeah.
Overcoming my flesh. Yes. And
Hmm.
desires. Those are all great.
All good. All good.
Hmm.
All good. Straight
Yeah.
to the point. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So where we going first, Ozzy?
Okay. So since we're talking about the meaning of it, this is what I came up with.
Okay.
The purpose of discipline is to grow your potential.
Hmm.
Nothing more, nothing less. And the steps to achieve it, yes, it takes discipline, knowledge, and extreme focus at time, but it get easier as time goes on with consistency, you
Yes.
know. And sometimes it takes courage, and
Hmm.
sometimes it may take greater courage. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes with a greater courage come with your circle. You have your circle of friends, those
Mm-hmm.
to encourage you, keep you focused, keep you motivated on what you need to be focusing on. But at the same time, it's hard to be disciplined if there's not a goal, a realistic goal. What are
Mm-hmm.
you striving for? What you trying to achieve? What are you reaching for? Whether it may be spiritually, mentally, physically, all
Mm-hmm.
of that ride together in the same house. Because if you're growing your potential, all of these things must come together as one.
Okay. So let me pause you. Sonya B said rituals and habits.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Agreed, agreed. And Warren said grow your potential, priceless.
Yeah.
Yes. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that thought of discipline because I think we tend to think of sometimes discipline, especially of children, and that
Hmm.
being maybe a negative connotation,
Yes.
like a chastening or
Yes.
correction or punishment, or drilling, um, but or strictness, if you
Hmm.
will. But I
Yeah.
like the idea of you having this practice, this structure, this consistency, no matter how you feel, these habits, these rituals, the overcoming of your flesh and desires,
Hmm.
so that you can grow your potential.
Yes. And it really comes down to that. That's the nitty gritty of discipline, is
Hmm.
how focused you are to go within and tap in within, because there's such magnitude within Each one of us, not just one person, each one of us. There's greatness within each one of us. But one thing I have come to understand, until you tap into the source, which is the Almighty, we will never grow into the full potential, because from the time we were born, it was already there. It was already there. Some people get into some environment where they could tap into their talents, they get discovered, and they get someone to work with them to draw it out. You know, one thing that I always say when I'm with my clients is, all I'm doing is leading you to yourself. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, my words may sound real great. It may sound powerful, it may be guiding and comforting and all that stuff. But all of that is just to lead you to yourself. When I see you are really coming into yourself, the growth is really going to start taking place.
That's
You
powerful.
know, yeah. So I came into this passage, actually a quote, when someone actually said, dirty water still grow trees. So that means it doesn't matter how dirty the water is, it's still going to grow because it's still water. So we have to look at it as there's going to be a lot of negativity that comes along our way. But take that negativity into fuel to grow ourselves. Don't actually use the fuel itself, but use it as fuel to energize, to say, okay, that's what you see, that's what you think. Well, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Right.
I'm going to prove you wrong. Not out of spite, but just to let you see that you need to go back and re-examine your eyes or your thoughts or whatever you feel. Because you may be speaking out of your level of thinking, but you're not thinking of the level I am seeing. You know? So here comes the most important part, faith, you know? Because you have to have faith. Discipline produce faith, and faith produce discipline to meet the requirement that you're trying to reach, or whatever is grafted within you that you finally coming in touch with it, and now it must be produced.
1988 trend is snapping.
Oh, that's, you know. So here it is. Concentrating on it. What you concentrating on? Some people may be concentrating on many other things. Many other things. But sometimes we have to get it down to that one thing. My mom always tell me, son, work on one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Put your focus into one thing at a time. Because when you put your energy into that one thing, now everything within your being is going to go into that one thing. And guess what? It's going to come to pass. It's going to work. It's going to happen. Every information that you need to accomplish that is going to come. But are you focused enough?
That's
Are
a
you
struggle.
disciplined enough?
That's a struggle, Ozzie, because it's a lot of things going on. It's a lot going on. That multitasking is real.
And you know, I shared that with you long time ago, Nicole, about this multitasking thing. You can only do one thing at a time. You could really only do one thing at a time. Yeah. Even when you're eating a piece of meat and your potato and your cabbage and your vegetables, you're not putting all three pieces in your mouth at one time. You're only going to chew on one at a time. So
Yes,
therefore, we need to chew on one thing at a time.
you
Chew
just
on
get
it.
a little bit of potato, a little bit of
But
cabbage.
it's still going to be one thing at a time, not all together.
It's all on the
It's
fork.
on the plate.
It's
It's
all
on
on
the plate.
I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree on that one, but okay.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. I was just trying to paint a picture, but it's okay. It's okay. So now you said, right, Nicole,
Hmm.
there's a lot of things going on. Like what? Like what? Let's get down to the root of it. Like what?
We got you. You're working. You got family responsibilities. You got maybe some other community responsibilities, maybe like with church or maybe something along with your child's school. It's just a lot going on. People are juggling a lot of things. That's all I'm saying.
And that is really part of life, having to deal with all these things. But when we're talking about the discipline factor, we're talking on one specific thing. You are trying to achieve something of a magnitude that is cooking within your heart, cooking within your mind,
Mhm.
bubbling within you. So now getting to that part takes motivation, right? It takes motivation.
It does.
Yeah. So now if it takes motivation and you're talking about all these other things going on, what is the habits that we're going to introduce within ourselves into bringing consistency to bring that to pass?
Mhm.
Whatever it may be, it's still got to take motivation, it got to take consistency and habits. Habits rule the world.
Mhm. So Sonya
And
B
it,
said
it
habits
will
and rituals.
and it will show you the results at the end. So, what is your habit now is going to produce the result at the end, maybe by January 1, 2026, or by January 1, 2030, and then it's supposed to really be done in 2025.
Mm.
So, we have another issue that we have to deal with, which is called procrastination.
Mhm. True. We
So,
definitely gotta deal with that.
So basically, what I'm trying to bring about to light is you got to have a definiteness of purpose.
Mhm.
What is the definiteness of purpose that we're going to establish now? So our brain and our mind could really bring it together.
Warren
So,
is Warren is cheering you on. He said, Nicole, what's cooking in your heart? Dr. Oz is on fire. It ain't even halftime. You're right. It's almost halftime though. And we
that's what's up.
got Miss Latina on. She speaks solutions. She said, yes, hashtag habits.
Yeah. So, what is the habits? What are we doing in the morning? Are you conquering your mornings?
Mm,
Are you letting your mornings rule you with so many other things going on that have you so frustrated, cannot think, cannot see, moving totally on emotions? And if those emotions are not brought under subjection, our mind cannot rule
right.
that emotions. Because you see, the emotions is the motivation part. It's like the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
But if the wheel is just rolling and you can't touch the brakes because you just have it rolling, there's no control. So here it is. We got to have some self control.
Right.
What is the self control capacity that we're going to bring into sometime? Here we go into a spiritual aspect of things. It may take some fasting.
Mm,
Fasting produces discipline. We may have to control our appetite for a little bit because once that appetite is under subjection, now discipline is going to really open our minds and our eyes to see the direction we need to be focusing on. One thing I noticed in the word after Jesus got baptized and filled with the Holy Spirit,
mm-hmm.
and the Holy Spirit took him into the wilderness. And I was wondering why he took him into the wilderness. And he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights.
Mm-hmm.
before he went into his work, because he already knew the purpose why he came. But here it is, something had to take it place because he's in the flesh now.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Mr. Cave talk about the flesh. Now he's in the flesh. So guess what's the number one thing that had to be under subjection?
The flesh.
The appetite.
Oh, the appetite. Okay.
The appetite. Once the appetite is under subjection and control, now you're going to have all the energy and the focus to do whatever the will is in the mind set to do, to
Mm.
complete. And guess what? Takes discipline. Guess what? The reward, the result. It's always about the result. You know, it's always about the result. But at the end of the day, is are you willing to put in the work to see the result? Are you going to just say, you know what, forget about
Look,
this? I'm going to take
Lord,
the easier route. I'm going to
Nora,
take the easier road. But guess
Nora
what?
just
We
said,
spoke about the definiteness of purpose. And remember
mm,
what I spoke about at the start. What discipline is all about? Put that in parentheses. It's to grow your potential. Nothing more, nothing less. So therefore, if you're not growing your potential, you can't, you basically, I would just say you're killing brain cells.
mm. So Nora just said it for me, which was ouch. Because I think you're right. How bad do you want it, basically?
Oh yeah. It's all about getting what you want. And what we
Mm-hmm.
looking for, everyone in this world, increase, more increase. But guess what? If we don't have the self-discipline to manage it, we're not going to keep it.
Very true. Very true. Very true. All right. So fasting makes us disciplined because that we bring our appetite under subjection, right?
Yeah. And it also produces a healthy body too at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're getting rid of a whole lot of toxins and things that is clogging up in the gut and in the brain and clogging up the veins for good blood flow, because everything is about blood flow, and oxygen to the brain, to the heart, so we could keep on beating and we don't have to feel weary, not tired easily, burn out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and getting into the spirit of indecision, because that kills and sabotage a lot of things.
Hmm.
And the past, are we learning from it? Or are we still dwelling in it and feeling guilty about it?
Hmm.
And guess what? The whole body is going to feel it. The body is going to remember it, and the body is going to act upon it. So,
Hmm.
what's the best thing to do is start developing positive habits. Got to put ourselves on that track. I don't care what anyone say. Their opinions does not matter at this point, because as soon as you come with an idea, somebody going to come back with an opinion. They're
Mm-hmm.
going to have many opinions. Some of them have the most brilliant ideas what you should be doing, but they don't know what they're doing with themselves,
Mm.
or what
All
they
right.
should be doing with themselves.
So Raj just joined us. Hey Raj, he said, let's be specific about that increase. I have an increase in the wrong place.
And yeah,
Raj, you're not alone, Raj. You're not alone. That's where that fasting comes in.
yeah. And it's a healthy thing, because you start to put the mind, the body, and the spirit could really start flowing into the soul. This mind could listen to the soul, and the body could follow through with action
Yes.
from the soul, because it's all in one compartment. It's all wholeness. Holy really mean wholeness. It don't
Mm.
mean all that spooky stuff. It really just mean wholeness,
Mm.
being whole, mind,
Nice.
body, soul.
Indeed. So she
You
said
know,
fasting. Ross said fasting is excellent, and hunger sometimes is mental.
yeah,
Agreed.
it is because the
Mm.
ghrelin actually come after they say, "Oh, you're not going to feed me? Okay, I'll go to another source so where I could get my nourishment from." But at the same time, they sweeping going on, cleansing going on, detoxing going on. So by the end of the day, you actually becoming way more healthier and focused and adding longevity to your life.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, indeed, indeed. All right. So we are right at halfway through our conversation. So for those of you who may be just tuning in, I am on with Virginia Beach, Virginia based clinician, Mr. Ozzie Daniel. I
Yeah,
call him
yeah,
the closer. He closes us out every other month. This year's been, and our topic is discipline.
yeah.
Discipline,
Discipline.
discipline, discipline.
I mean, it's nothing. I will admit to anyone, it's nothing easy. That's why we're talking about it, because we have some goals that we really want to reach, we want to meet, and it should always be about everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But it starts with a seed. What are we planting is the habits.
Indeed, indeed.
It's the habits, the consistency of it. And sometimes we consciously aware of it, and sometimes we unconsciously aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, take some time to
Yeah.
really say, okay, what am I going to focus on in 2026? But I'm going to start tonight.
All right. So pause
Plan.
right there. Pause right there. Pause right there. Janita just joined us. Good evening. Dr. Oz is in the building. Where have you been? They miss you, Ozzy. They miss you. All right. So I think that was a great question you were asking about our
Yeah.
goals, our
Yeah.
dreams, our
So
aspirations.
let may
What do
the audience start answering. Start answering that question. Let me get a little sneak peek of your thoughts. Let's start with your thoughts. So, starting today, what is going to be your organized planning, your organized thinking into coordinating your own personal plan? And remember, it's all about growing your potential,
mm-hmm.
moving now into 2026, Lord's willing. What are
Yeah.
you going to do after we just came, 30 minutes of conversation? I know
Right.
most of y'all are brilliant thinkers. What you going to start doing?
Yes. Let us know in the comments. Let us know. So, what? How are you going to show? What I want to say? How is discipline going to show up for you? What are you going to be disciplined in to move into 2026 and achieve those goals, those hopes, those dreams, those aspirations? Where is discipline going to show up for you? Let us know. Let us know.
Mhm.
Where can you use some discipline?
Yeah.
I would say for me, time management for sure.
Okay.
Uh, Definitely doing more like time blocking
Mhm.
because I can spend a whole lot of time on something and just like I was checking emails yesterday and before I knew it, 2 hours were gone. It's like, oh, so time blocking. That's how discipline is gonna show up for me.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Warren said, I'm going to take a 2-day sabbatical starting tomorrow morning as I'm disciplining myself to reset. Love it.
That is awesome, Mr. Cave.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yes. So he said, I'm taking a break. So I've been on Warren about resting because
Oh,
we are community workers. And I
okay.
asked about not too long ago about community workers needing rest. So
Yeah.
this is this break that he's taking, he's gonna get some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Cave, since you're talking about rest, and Nicole know how big I am on rest and don't sleep on sleep, how many hours
See, you don't have to go there. You don't have
I
to go there.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
don't have to go there,
I
Warren.
didn't. I care about Mr. Cave, because he's always on, especially when he know I'm coming on. He's a great supporter. So I have to make sure that longevity's added to his life, because
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
not getting that 7 to 8 hours of rest, sound sleep into the delta realm, yeah, so it's not, it's only so many cups of coffee going to keep you going there. So,
All right. We
so
moving on. Janita,
we're moving on. Okay,
what I should
moving
do
on.
with
Let's move
like discipline and staying committed. So we
on.
gotta be committed. We gotta be committed to our commitments, Janita. And
Yes, yes,
so
yes.
we talked a little, and I know you may be just joining us, but we talked a little bit about how discipline, the purpose of discipline is to grow your potential. So look at it like that, and that
Mm,
hopefully that'll motivate you to be committed to it.
yeah, it's about you. It's
Yeah.
about the potential
Hmm.
within you. There's greatness within you that need to be displayed
It
in full
does.
fullness.
It does. All right,
Less
1980.
screen time, also writing down my intention. That
Love it.
is perfect. That is
Yes.
perfect.
Love it. Ross, I just got here, so I don't know the previous answers. So I should start off with 50% credit already. I can't. This is comic relief tonight, ma'am. The question is the first question was, when you hear discipline, what do you think of? What words or phrase do you think of when you think about discipline?
Yeah,
And then we also talked about again, to discipline helping you to grow your potential. So kind
yeah.
of, we
And
talked about
just having a definite decision.
mm,
You have to have a definite decision. Until that decision is made, nothing is going to happen. You're just going to be running around in circles and circles and circles. But the
yes,
definiteness of decision on that particular thing need to come into play. You
yes.
know, it need
Okay,
to
she
come into
came back.
play.
She came back. She said,
Oh, okay.
my plan, however, is to write down everything I do during the day, my waking time, my activities, my food, my water intake. I think this will help me identify time and nutrition waste. Nice.
Very great. Very great.
Yes.
Not very good, very great.
Like a food
Yes.
diary of sorts. I love it.
That's good. Good.
Tina, following through with my walk with God, my
Yeah.
financial wellness, focusing more on completing the book and making sure I put time on me. Love it.
Wow. I
Love
love
it.
it.
Love it. Love
I
it.
love it. That is good stuff. Yes.
All right. Nicole, go back to my prior message. Let Dr. Oz teach you. You take notes. Dr. Oz, I average about 5 to 6 hours of sleep on a good night.
Then we spoke about that last.
We have, yeah.
So that means
There's more work
it's
to be
still
done.
stuck
There's
on
more.
that 5 to 6. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, try to have some more chamomile tea in your life, my brother. Get some more chamomile tea in your evening time. You know, that will help kind of wind things down a little bit. Yeah, relaxation is everything. The calmer you come, the more better it flows. The better you think, the more you could do. It's all about coming into the calm state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got to get there. It takes concentration, it takes focus, it takes discipline, it takes work. But guess what? It's already in you. But the question is what you're going to do about it. You know, work more on yourself. Then you're
Uh-oh. I lost Ozzy. All right. Hopefully he'll be right back. So I'm curious around what some of our goals are for 2026. What are some of our goals? I know, we've been talking about, or I've mentioned, uh, Q4, quarter four, which we are in. October is flying right on by. But we got 2 more months left. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are some of our goals for 2026, and how are we preparing for that? How are we being disciplined to prepare for those? Okay, I think we got Ozzy back. Here we go.
I
All right,
don't know what happened, but
that was weird. All right,
yeah, that's weird.
just said
Yeah,
calm state of mind.
yeah.
Calm.
So, couple things that we have to remember is this: with discipline, it take consistency,
Okay.
and with that consistency, build momentum. And the biggest part about all of these things, because we could easily get frustrated, we could get derailed, patience. Got to have patience. Because once we have patience, it really set the tone.
Mm,
Because sometimes you may need to move a little quicker, and sometimes you may need to peel back a little bit just so you could refocus, reset, and keep on moving. And that's where the rest part come in. But not just that, it's just having patience, because it
yeah.
really comes. Because sometimes we end up doing things that we should not be doing instead of waiting for that timing. You know, I'm very big on that because everything is about timing also.
Mm,
So if we value that time and don't waste time, we'll always be on time.
mm, okay.
So, you know, it takes that time, you know. So it's more time is our greatest asset. It is even more valuable than money. You could get more money, but you can't get more time.
Right.
So it's all about time management,
Time.
also, as Nicole mentioned earlier, you know? Yeah. So are we going to suffer through the pain of discipline, or are we going to suffer through the pain of regret?
Mm,
So it's either one or the other, because now you end up saying, "Oh, I wish I had done this. I wish I could have done this. I wish I'd done, wish. You know, wishing upon the star." No, let's get into the now aspect of things so we could focus on what we need to be doing within our own being, so we could be the best in ourselves, so we
mm,
could be the best wherever we may go, you know. So I always say, Lord, let me be a blessing and not a pain. And sometimes for that blessing, it takes that discipline and patience to live in it, so you will not do anything that will be destructive in a way to bring pain to anyone.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go back for
Go
a
back.
minute. So when you were off for a moment, I asked what were some of the goals for next year. And Roz put up traveling regularly, see my family, if the Lord's willing and the river don't rise. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. I think that's a
Okay.
definitely a worthy goal because, you know, as the time ticks on, we are
Mhm.
folks are leaving here, and, you know,
Yeah.
to the extent that you can spend time with your loved ones, you definitely want to do that. So
Unplug.
you can.
Work, serve, and unplug. That's
Yes.
my motto since 2024, and it's riding into 25, and it's going to ride into 26, Lord's willing, you know, because living in that mindset, it really gives you a sense of gratitude, you
Mhm.
know, because now you're really seeing and appreciating the environment, and it's appreciating nature.
Mm.
You know, the sunrise, the sunset, the sunrise and the sunset again. So I don't even really pay attention to the clock anymore. I
Mm.
just pay attention to sunrise and sunset, because
Okay.
that's what life is all about. A lot, how many sunrises you're going to get and how many sunsets you're going to see. You know, so might as well make the best out of the sunrises, so your sunsets
Absolutely.
will be pleasant.
Absolutely. All right. Warren said, my business is more than ministry. I used to say I'm a hustler that's going to be an entrepreneur, but reality is I'm an entrepreneur and it's time to get my hustle on. I
Sure.
do more church than work. Okay. All right. I like that shift, that reframing.
Yeah, yes.
Mhm.
Way to go, Mr. Cave. Way to go. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Instead of saying, I want to, say, I am going to, you know, change the whole vocabulary on it, change the wording,
Mm.
put the I am into there, that I am going to do this, I am going to do that. I
Yes.
am going to make that effort. I am, and say it over and over and over until it get embedded into your mind, and it just happen naturally.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah, and it produces self control.
Yep. All right. So let's get back on track.
Get back on it.
Time management.
Hmm.
What else we got?
Me, or are you talking to the audience?
You. I'm talking to you.
Okay, let's go. All right, so let's go down with the before the 9:30 show up. Let's go down to 10 steps. Some of the things I have spoken about throughout the year,
Right.
and it may sound redundant.
It's
You're
okay.
hearing it over and over and over again, but it's actually
Remind.
setting that discipline, setting that accountability, so we could actually progress, make progress, make progress, make progress. I always have this saying that every year I want to do better than the year before.
Mm.
Every year I want to do better than the year before. So it set my mind into this course of change.
Okay.
Change is so important because if we could adapt to change, the intelligence will actually give the knowledge and give the information that we need to do to adjust into meeting whatever requirement that we set our mind onto.
Mm.
So, in doing so, you got to set clear and realistic goals.
Okay. So
You got to
setting.
you got to set it. How you going to set it is really up to you, but it got to be specific. It got to be measurable.
Mm.
They call it SMART goals,
Right.
but it got to be realistic, you know, but at the same time, don't put it so easy that you're not putting no muscle into it.
Got
Sometimes
it.
you got to put a little bit of muscle into it, a little bit of energy into there, but make it attainable so you could be able to say, all right, I feel like I'm really doing something, you
Okay.
know? Yeah. So the next thing we want to do is create a structured routine. You hear me talk about every time about you got to conquer your mornings.
All right.
You got to conquer your mornings so you could have discipline and structure so your week could flow, your
Mm.
daily schedule could flow, so you could support your goal and sticking with it. The key is sticking with it. Sometimes you're going to sweat a little bit. Sometimes you may have to cry a little bit, but guess what? Stick with it. They always going to be a breakthrough, So another step, I always say slice up the pizza. That means break it down into smaller steps,
Okay.
one slice at a time. Don't try to eat the whole thing in one gulp. Slice it up, one slice it up, break it down into smaller steps so you could be able to see where you're going. So, as you were saying earlier, Nicole, how
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmed someone could get because of so many things going on. They got to do this, they got to do that, but
Mm.
break it down into smaller steps. And the best thing to do, if you have so much to do throughout the day, you got to start early.
Mm.
Can't get up at 1 o'clock and expect to have it done by 6 p.m. That's not realistic. And
Okay.
then you end up staying up till midnight, and then that's the time you should really be resting, but you're up there burning the midnight oil.
Uh-huh.
So that's time management, right?
Yes.
So, what is the development that you are going to create into positive habits?
Okay, wait. So I got setting clear goals, create structured routines, break it down into small steps.
Yes, breaking it down, breaking those goals down into small steps, smaller steps, so small you need to make it, so it could be achievable, so you won't be overwhelmed.
Okay.
And you got to develop positive habits.
Okay.
We tend to develop negative habits, so I'll get to that later, or maybe next week. Cancel that. But no, you got to have positive routine. Journal it, as someone said earlier. Sometimes you may have to go take a walk. You may have to go to the gym and
Mm,
start exercising, lifting some weights, really building up that muscle,
right.
so that brain could really handle all the pressure that you need to deal with. But it become lighter with good habits,
Yeah.
real good habits. And most of all, practicing self-control.
Okay.
That instant gratification, sometime it'll come back and bite you. So look at the long-term rewards instead of just a short-term comfort. you know
Mm-hmm.
yeah, set that goal, set it. It may be 3 months from now, maybe 6 months from now, it may be 2 weeks from now. But if you set your mind to it and you believe it, it could be done. It will be done if you believe.
Mm-hmm.
And staying accountable.
Stay.
If you staying accountable, that means if you have to get a trusted friend, a trusted person, a counselor, a mentor, who could encourage and support your progress, that is very important. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Great. Okay.
And managing your time wisely.
Manage your
Many
time.
of us manage it awkwardly and foolishly, but we need to manage that time wisely, setting that task and deadlines and avoiding distraction.
Ugh.
I'll say it again, Nicole. Yeah, avoiding distractions. And I put a S on the end of it, with that social
Wait,
media and
that one?
procrastination.
Is that one avoiding distractions?
Mm?
Is that one of the 10?
That's managing your time wisely. That is
Oh,
like one of those
oh,
little
that's
sub.
under that's a sub
Yeah, yeah,
avoid.
that. Yeah, yeah. Avoid distractions.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I got
Yeah, and then like, oh well, let me take a look at that. I think I got no. You got to manage your time wisely.
it. Ugh.
Yeah, I think if we had to start putting dollars on every time we accomplish something, yeah, our bank will be full because now we're really seeing where that money is going. Sometimes we have to do those little things just to maintain some kind of steadiness, keep us on track, you know? And of course, tonight is Mindset Monday. So
It
I'm
is.
just setting the tone on a Monday, but you got to maintain a positive mindset. Believe in yourself, believe in the ability, believe, because at the end of the day is growing your potential, maximizing it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to use that affirmation and positive self-talk. I have a nice, what, how should I put it? A good long paragraph that I repeatedly say it in the morning. I say it before I go to bed. I say it in the morning, and it sounds like a choir
Mm.
because it's so well rehearsed, and
Okay.
it comes automatically from my mouth. That means it's letting me know we are in tune, we are together, we are making this happen. Believe, believe, believe.
Mm.
That's faith. That's faith. you
Nice.
know and sometimes we're going, in all things you have to be able to embrace failure.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to make mistakes, but are you learning from it?
Right.
Are you learning? Because discipline is not about perfection, it's about progress. Sometimes you may have a setback, but don't give up, don't quit. Learn from it, pray about it, and improve. Pray about it, read whatever you need to be reading, and improve. Because at the end of the day, as I said before, it's about growing your potential. You can't
Yes,
grow somebody else's own if you're not growing in yours. As
indeed.
his saying goes, water your own garden.
Yes. So
Water your garden.
Miss Audrey just joined us out of Atlanta.
Oh,
Good guidance. She said, I need to get back to task lists. I'm more productive with a list and all over if I don't. Definitely
okay.
understand that.
Well, that's what really worked for you, and that's good. At least you pointed out. You see what you need to do, so all you have to do is get back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about that foundation.
For
You
sure.
know,
Yeah.
yes, avoiding distractions with the S on the end.
Yes, with the S on the end. All right.
Mm,
So let me just make sure I have this now. I have one, setting clear goals. Two, create structured routines. Three, break it down into small steps. Four, develop positive habits. Five, practice self-control. Six, staying accountable. Seven, manage your time wisely. Eight, believe in yourself.
Eight is maintain a positive mindset.
Oh, maintain a positive mindset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nine is learn from your mistakes.
Learn from your mistakes.
And one is actually got to put realistic up in there because sometimes we could not be that realistic. We just in
I
a
got
dream state. Yeah.
it.
So reward your progress. That's number 10.
Reward your
Sometimes you got to celebrate those little milestones, those little achievements. Don't matter how small. You got to brace yourself for positive reinforcement.
okay.
And what that does, it strengthens your discipline and motivation to take on bigger things.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get the big things if you don't know how to manage the small things. It's all
Right.
about management. You manage the small things, more will be given unto you. But
All
if
right.
you cannot manage those small things, it may be just be taken from you and given to somebody else who can manage it.
True. Tell me
So,
tell me what eight was again. I missed it.
eight, maintain a positive mindset.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Believe in your ability to succeed. You got to believe. Don't wait for somebody else to believe in you if you're not believing in your own self. You know, the only thing about that is someone giving you that support, but you got to believe in you, because it's already in you. You just have to water it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Miss Audrey said, can you post a list? Yes, we'll post a list. All right. And Joe Ward just joined us, Mr. On the Shoulders of Giants.
Hello.
Thank you for being here, Joe. All right. So let me make sure I got this list down. All right. Set clear, realistic goals, create structured routines, break it down into small steps, develop positive habits, practice self-control, staying accountable, manage your time wisely, maintain a positive mindset, learn from your mistakes, and reward your progress.
Reward it.
Right.
But don't reward it too early if you ain't did nothing.
I'll be trying to get to the reward. Is that
you,
what you're
you
trying to say?
know, you got up that morning and then you want to reward yourself. Oh, that you just started
We
there,
trying to get to the reward before we do
So,
the work.
huh?
We trying to get to the reward before we do the work.
Yeah, and that's you got to have patience.
Mm,
Work it until you make it. But
yes.
just remember, discipline follows consistency. The momentum start to build, and you have to have patience during the process.
Hmm.
To see progress. You
That sounds
know.
like a whole flow chart.
Mm.
Latina said, "What do you sing in the morning?
Uh,
You sing too?"
actually, I said that what I actually said that it sounds like a choir, but it's just my words of affirmation that I say. It
Mm,
sound like it almost would sound like a choir singing, but
mm,
no, you
okay.
know.
All
Yeah.
right. Gotcha. Okay.
But what I
Well,
normally say with one line every morning when I
uh-huh.
wake up, the first words that come out of my mouth is this.
Thank you,
And
God.
I could say so many times that it could sound like a song afterwards because I put a little melody to it sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I normally will say Elohim is everything, and everything is Elohim.
Uh,
Blessed be His name, and
mm,
those are the first words that come out my mouth every single morning.
okay.
So that's just that oneness of knowing that He is there with me always, whether I'm aware of it or not. But when I wake up, I
Yeah.
just feel so good within my spirit. I just say, hey, Elohim is everything, and everything is Elohim. Blessed be His name.
Wonderful.
You know. Mhm.
Warren said, "Great show. Dr. Oz was great, and Roz, an original Big Three member, showed up. Yes, she did. So I'm gonna give you. Thank you for this. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to give some closing remarks and tell the folks how they can connect with you, Ozzy.
Well, I just want to thank everyone who actually here tonight and spending some time with us, and those who are actually going to listen later on as they do their little repeat or replay. You know, but the most important thing that I trying to say tonight, just to set the tone going into the new year, Lord's willing, is focus on maximizing your potential that is within you. And the only way for that to be attained is through discipline and healthy habits every single day. Don't let guilt, put you on the side, but value your time. Learn the lessons that life taught you along the way, but always be willing to do better in every single thing you do. Sometimes you may not get an education, but you have the intelligence to educate yourself because at the end of the day, that is the greatest education that you could ever give yourself, especially when it's coming from the spirit. But don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on the things that you hope for. Continue to grow in faith, trust in God in everything that you do, and He will guide you through all things. When I say all things, I mean all things. And how I could be reached: Facebook. You could reach me on IG Oswiz2819, or you can email me at theozcorner@gmail.com. So I want to thank Nicole and thank everyone that had me tonight. And I'm glad the Philadelphia Eagles is not playing tonight on Monday Night
Here we go.
Football.
Here we go. We was
No,
doing
but
good.
it's just the good time. So you see, I was able to stay focused
You
and
were
not be distracted there,
and
thinking
disciplined.
about what's the score there, Nicole.
You
But
did a really good job.
yes, and thank you very much. And I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving in the next few months and happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Keep Christ first in all things and let Him be above in all that you do. And believe me, all things will be added onto you. But
All
you have to
right.
believe by faith and
You talk.
stand on it.
You talking like you're not coming back in December. What's
Oh,
going on?
I'll see you in January, my dear.
All right. Well, Ozzy closing out the year for real. So let the record show that this is Ozzy's last show for the year. All right. Maybe we'll see him in the
Don't put
comments.
it like that, Nicole. Don't do it like that,
Right.
Nicole.
Right.
But you see, that's why tonight is so special.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had to set the tone, set the
Okay.
tone.
All right.
So
So
next year, Lord's willing, we able to talk about gratitude.
all
You
right.
know, so just remember, discipline is a bridge between your goals and accomplishments. you know. So
Fifty
stay motivated, stay
days.
happy, find time to laugh, find time to just enjoy yourself, embrace life.
Indeed.
I think as the years go by, it's just a good feeling just to know that life is precious. Don't matter what's going on
It
in this
is.
world,
It
it
is.
is so precious. And if we could just embrace that with gratitude,
Yes.
oh, it's just gonna overflow to the point that you cannot even hold it.
Yes. All right. So I want to thank you, Ozzy, for being my guest and always giving us the gems and the nuggets that you bring on discipline. So you definitely gave us something to feast on.
Mhm.
I think definitely the mic drop is that discipline, the reframing of discipline from something negative to something positive, and that it is to discipline is to grow. The purpose of discipline is to grow your potential. So y'all keep that in mind as we are pushing towards the mark of these clear, realistic goals that we are setting for ourselves, not only in 2026, but for now,
Mm,
as we prepare for the end of the year. So,
mm,
for those of you who may be new to the platform, I have to invite you to subscribe to Conversations with Nicole. We are here on Mondays and Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, focused on mental health and wellness, particularly in Black and Brown communities. And we encourage you to get your checkup from the neck up and connect with a clinician today.
mhm,
I do want to mention briefly that next Monday here in Tallahassee, we will have the Black Women's Emotional Wellness Experience. So for women who serve Black and brown women and girls, we invite you to come out. The Mental Health Council of Big Bend will be having its annual Black Women's Emotional Wellness Experience, and we'll be talking about your garden of care. So this event is free. You can go to my social media platforms to get the link to register, but we'll have child, I don't want to call it child care, but child activities for youths ages 3 to 10. We'll have chair massage, we'll have dinner, and we'll have some great conversation around our garden of care and us taking care of ourselves. So, again, that's next
good.
Monday, absolutely free at Walker Ford Community Center at, I think doors open at 5:30, but and dinner will be served at 5:30, but we'll start the program at 6. So definitely check that out. And Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we will have a conversation about fair housing. Fair housing is under attack across the country. And so my guest will be Mr. Vince Larkins, who's over the Palm Beach County Fair Housing Center, and he's on the National Fair Housing Alliance board that's based in Washington, D.C. So lots going on at Conversations with Nicole, trying to keep you informed. Please keep this conversation going. Share it with somebody that you think could benefit from this conversation on discipline. I thank you all, our viewers, for your engagement, your conversation, your humor tonight. It was really great. I see my cousin Nora said good night, everyone. Great conversation. Thank you so much, Nora.
Yes.
Yes. So we appreciate you all, and we'll see y'all next time.
All
Peace.
right. Good night.
Good night. Good night.